Hello YouTube, Infinite Match Rate community, Gandalf here. By popular demand, we're doing a re-rolling video, so if you found your way here and you're a brand new player, welcome to the channel, and hopefully this guide will help you get the best start you can in the game. Now, what I'll say is when it comes to re-rolling, you don't have to worry about having to create a whole bunch of emails for this game. You can actually just simply salt your email. By that I mean is by changing any of the letters in your email, they will register that as a brand new email. So you can think about all the permutations there, and pretty much one email can work for all of that. You hit get code, and your email will get the get code, and then you just need a 8-digit password there. All right, so you always want to start on the latest server. By playing on the latest server, it ensures that you're against people who started around the same time as you. Pretty much every piece of content in this game is ranked based, so you're always up against competition of people who started around you. If you're free to play, set reasonable expectations. You're competing against free to plays. There's going to be whales that always join the game. Don't expect yourself to beat a spender in this game. As you re-roll, definitely re-rolling will help you get the best optimal start, but I will highly advise if you're new to the game, don't stress out over re-rolling. Don't stress about having the optimal start. You're likely to make mistakes on this game. There's lots of things to learn. There's a lot of depth and complexity, and it's more important that you learn the game, and maybe after learning the game, take 1 to 2 weeks and then start a brand new account. Either become a spender, or at that point in time, really seriously get a really good reroll and try to sustain that advantage throughout the game. Now, as we play through this, we're just going to skip fast forward here, and I think we're almost there. We'll beat the last wave here, and I think one more, we get taken to town. So this entire part takes about maybe 3 to 4 minutes. It's not skippable. You just play through it. It gives you a sense of how the mechanic works. If you played any other games like Great Shadow Legend or any of those games, it's pretty much the same thing, right? These buffs and debuffs, dot damage, whatever, it looks very similar to that. You will just find maybe the aesthetics and the graphics in the game very different from the other versions of it. So right in the center of the town is the summon. You get a free summon off the bat. For re-rolling purposes, there are plenty of codes and things you can take advantage of. The first thing I'll say is, you can, yes, it'll prompt you to go through all these quests. The quest itself gives you plenty of reward as you progress through the campaign. The campaign you're expected to actually finish within less than a week for the most part. The campaign is really actually a tutorial. It helps you kind of get into the sense of, what the game is really like. There's going to be a lot of prompts at the beginning that tells you to click here and click there. So we'll just battle through this one. I think, while I was doing this recording, I think at that stage in time, you can actually just click back and go straight to the summons page again to save yourself the dread of, another 10 seconds wasted here to clear this wave. In this game, right, it is a very long game. If you and there's plenty of codes and gifts on the right. You're already prompted. Here you can redeem some code to get some extra summons. Go to the main Discord. Follow the main Discord, and you guys a lot more summons as well. So just copy that, right? And by clicking on that opens a browser for you. It should take you to the Discord link. Yeah, so it'll take you to the main Discord link, and go into Discord. I'm already signed into Discord, so but it'll take you to the main Discord, right? And on the right hand side, you see the ZH bot. What you want to do is just copy that, paste that code over. A lot of players don't realize how to do that, so this is how you do it. They will then say your verification has been approved, and then you will get those rewards right there. Now, I'll also take a moment to talk about the main Discord. On the main Discord, there is a lot of good information, and you should highly recommend just keep Discord there. You will get the announcement every single week when the new server opens. It opens every at 10 p.m. Eastern time, and that's why it's important to hopefully your time zone works for when server start. Otherwise, find that Friday that you have the time to get an early start. And then you have if you're looking for a guild, a lot of the larger guilds have something there, and if you go to Gameplay Talk, a lot of veteran players or players at all level of experience are able to help you. And you can also interact with the Barnes bot. The Barnes bot will always tell you all the latest available codes. So I'm not going to bother typing all of them in to claim your rewards, but you can always just go to the main chat, ask Barnes bot what the latest codes are. Of course, if you scroll up there, there's also a section for all the recent event codes that you can use to redeem for goodies. The IMR bot is helpful if you're new and you're just trying to get a quick sense of what heroes are good. You can ask the hero bot as well. All right, we're gonna go right over to back over here into the game. Now that we got claimed all of our summons, you can go around, make sure you collect all of the freebies, right? And you can start doing some summons. And of course, after you're doing some summons, you will definitely clear out things in the gallery. And if you don't have enough to get to the first pity, which is 50 summons, for all intensive purposes, it's okay. It's okay to spend the first 11,000 or 12,000, 1,100 or 1,200 gems there to finish things up, right? I'm short a little bit. You can buy from the resource store. So, you could have the option of playing through, but it's much faster just to buy that. It's end of the day, you get so much gems in this game. Even if you get a good reroll, spending that 1,200 gems. It's actually over. It's over in the market here. Yeah, in the market. Just scroll down, and you have the excellent runes right there. And you will get to your first legendary. Now, your first legendary most likely won't be a great hero. So Yoko is, a very old hero. Now, if this was at, maybe beginning of the game, people will actually say, hey, you got a Yoko, congrats. It's not that bad. But, 2 years into the game, Yoko is, you will not see Yoko being used anywhere in the game. So at that point, this is where you kind of just, go back, go to settings, and log out, switch, and use another salted email, and start over for the reroll. This takes about 6 to 7 minutes. If you have an emulator, you can probably try to run multiple instances on your computer to help speed up the process a little bit. But rerolling is definitely worth it if you have the time and energy to do it. But I'll only recommend you do that once you're ready to start your account seriously, because we'll spend some time going to my channel right now, and the first thing I'll say is, from a rerolling perspective, you go to my channel, right? Go to Gandalf's channel. The first video you'll be actually presented is, if you're new, is the 5 things every player should know. And as you go through this, hopefully you will get the appreciation of the advice I'm giving you here. Maybe you won't appreciate it immediately, but you will definitely appreciate it 2 weeks in, because it's all about focusing on resource on the key heroes. Build around teams, not just blindly follow your tier lists. And don't be attached to your first account. You're going to make mistakes. So if you're rerolling and this is brand new into the game, highly recommend you don't waste the 2-3 hours trying to get the optimal start. You're most likely going to get macking. You're mostly going to be able to clear, the campaign the first week. And then play around a little bit, get a sense of what the game is like. If you like it, then make a decision on, do you want to start spending or not, or do you want to just stay free to play? If you want to, really be competitive, you want to do a reroll, you want to try to get the strongest hero available within your patience limit, and then go from there, right? If you're a paying player, you want to make sure you're optimizing your account and spending, through my guides. And a lot of people I've talked to is, you could be spending $10,000 and catch up to someone who spent $30,000, $40,000 just because you're far more efficient at what you're doing. When it comes to the tier list, on my channel, there's a lot of good playlists I already try to organize. The first one is the tier list. So when you look at the tier list, the latest tier list always will be at the top. So here you can find some of the best heroes by each of the damage tag. So if you get any of these heroes, some of them, they will be limited heroes, but if you happen to get any of these top ones, especially the first left one, that's definitely very much worth it. So that's Willa, and these are, of some of the latest heroes, right? So Chelsea is really good. If you get Salter is actually on the banner right now. In Miracle, if you're lucky, you can get him. HP Burn, Anhejin is an okay start, but really wouldn't recommend it. Overhearing Bleed. Moricus is a really solid pick. Narch is a solid pick. We recently had Lance join the game. Lance is a hero. Here, I'll log on to my account here. I haven't even gotten a Lance myself, but here's Lance in Holy Parliament. But this is the hero you're looking for. If you ever happen to get Lance, that's a really good hero to start with. Over here, DMU and Indra is a staple pair. Sometimes what people like to do is get one of them and hopefully, try to pick up the other copy when it comes back. They do sell them in packs just because they're so staple in the game. You might get Moshi. Moshi is offered at $2 at the beginning of the game. I don't know if they're going to introduce Xiaoying. Xiaoying is also a new hero that's recently introduced to the game. If you happen to get her, she's also a very solid start. So we'll go over to Xiaoying. So this hero, if you happen to get this hero, it's also very good for a reroll. Now, of course, rerolls, things do fall out of date. So that's why you want to come to my channel, check out the latest tier list, and use the tier list to help you sort out where you want to aim. The further you go down the tier list, of course, you will complete your reroll much faster. But in the grand scheme of things, this is a long marathon. Okay, having a good start will help you maybe in the first couple of weeks, but over time, it all becomes a wash. You might get better luck with summons later on, or you could have a chain of really bad summons over the next span of 60 days, and you will fall behind or fall to the average of the pack again. So overall, I would say rerolls are probably more important for free-to-play players. If you are a spender, you really don't have to consider too much on rerolling. So those are all the advice I'll give you. Please make sure you like and subscribe. I do a lot of review of new heroes that come into game. Some of the best. I'll always review the meta in PvP, so you always stay ahead of the competition by making sure you have the latest information. Wherever there are major spending events going on, I will always go through the various pack and let you know which ones are most biggest bang for the money for your buck. And of course, aptoide. Aptoide, I have the aptoide code available beginning of every month for the first 10 days. And what I'll say is, from that perspective, having aptoide gives you additional discount. It saves the taxes. So you want to, install aptoide, and all the instruction and details are in the link in the description below. Hopefully this guide is really helpful for you and helps you get a good start into the game. I'll catch you guys in the next one, and I'll see you in the future. Gandalf out.